All right, guys. So day 4, and this one we're going to be breaking down one of my most favorite concepts I've ever learned, and it's what wealth really means. Wealth is nothing more than an equation of how much time and how much energy is required to make X amount of money. Now, why do I say X amount of money? Because the X doesn't really matter. You could be a billionaire, but if you're working 20 hours a day, unless you love every single hour, you're not wealthy. You just have a lot of money, right? And so there's people that make very little amounts of money but have so much time, which is the one thing we can't get back, and so much energy, which is not always available to us, that they are wealthy. And that's why sometimes you see people who may be living below their means, whether they're homeless or they're working a normal job, who seem to be enjoying their life more than you do. Now, some of us are hardwired to want more. And you're likely watching this blueprint because you're sitting there, like me, wanting to max out your human potential, wanting to accumulate wealth, and thinking wealth means money when it really isn't. And I want to depict to you and break down what it does mean. Because there's a lot of people that every single day, although they have made more money than everyone else, and they probably have a lot of recognition, a lot of people admiring them, a lot of money in their bank account, who are miserable. And my goal is not to help you be miserable in scaling your dream business, because that wouldn't be a dream business. That would be another job. My goal is to help you work less and make more money. My goal is to help you think less and produce more inside of your business. And my goal is to help you post less and profit more through social media, personal branding. And at the end of this, be able to, even as little as a few hours a day, utilize your time and your energy to accumulate real wealth. Being rich is not the same thing as having wealth. Being rich is things, it's material things. And a lot of times you're pursuing life in a pleasuresome way versus a purposeful way. Being wealthy is having your time, being able to spend it with friends and family, being able to choose where you go, what you do, who you do it with, being able to travel, being healthy, right? Being abundant in your thinking, having joy, things that not everybody gets to experience. Being rich, it's money. And it's nothing more than a material life that leads to a lot of people being miserable, no matter how good they are at what they really do. So let's break these things down. The first component to wealth is time. Like I said before, it's the one commodity we can't get back. It's the most important thing to all of us. And earlier inside of this boot camp, you've already heard me reference that we only have about 4,000 weeks to live on average if we live to 80. So I always use that as a reference point because I feel like a lot of us take advantage of how much time we really have already spent. If you think about it, another day just went by. You're already on day 4. Hopefully you've rode through this entire thing in an organized fashion. Maybe you've even knocked it out faster than each day. But my whole point is, think about it. If you're 20, you have 3,000 weeks left. If you're 40, you have 2,000 weeks left. You're halfway. It's not a morbid statement, it's the truth. And a lot of times we don't reflect on this and we allow every single day to just pass by us like it doesn't matter when it does. Because you're not going to get younger. You're not going to have more time. Life's not going to get easier. You're not going to be able to take more risks than you can right now, tomorrow. And a lot of us wait for the stars to align. And for me, I remember what it was like when I was watching the clock go by and life felt mundane and every day was the same. And I got into this repetitive pattern of feeling like I didn't even want to wake up and live my life because I had no time and I had no energy and I had no wealth, no matter if I was making $200,000 a year or not. So the other question I want you to ask yourself as we go through this, when we speak about time, is how many hours out of the day are you simply living versus existing? What does living mean? It means doing what you want to do. Okay? Existing means doing what you have to do. If you only have 4,000 weeks to live on average, and if you're 20, you have 3,000 left. If you're 40, you have 2,000 left. If you're 60, you have 1,000 left on average, right? I want you to ask yourself, why would you continue to do things you don't want to do, but you have to do? What kind of life is that? It's the only one you get. You don't get to press rewind and play the game again, as far as I know. Right? And so this is something that a lot of us take for granted. But time is the most valuable thing that we have as a human. When we think about energy, energy is currency. And I want you to think of it like this because the majority of people, when they think about energy, they put it into some category of some Fugazi term, when it's not. Energy is contagious. You will pay a massive amount of your time, your energy, your effort, and your money to get it. And here's my point. Some of you right now exert all of your time to make some money, to go acquire energy. Hear me out. You go work a job for 2 weeks to get paid, or you do something, whether you're an entrepreneur right now, or you're scaling your own offer right now, or you're working a 9 to 5 job, maybe you're unemployed, but you do things to acquire money using your time so that then you can go do what? Buy necessities, food. What does food give you? Energy. What does energy allow you to do? Live. You get me? If you don't have energy, you don't live. So these are all interrelated, but most people don't reflect on how much time and how much energy they really have, and they take it for granted. So ask yourself, how much energy do you have? Right? And a lot of this is interrelated with previous bootcamp videos. And the last one, we were really deep in depth on regulating emotions, on time prioritization, on morning routine, on energy, on not feeling foggy, not feeling groggy, but being focused, being a high-speed ninja, right? This isn't just a bunch of homework assignments that don't change your life. This took me from sleeping on a bathroom floor in a car dealership, from doing so many drugs and alcohol the night before I couldn't even keep myself together, a little over 2.5 years ago as of this video, to now. Where, just a reminder, if you're just watching this one, I've been to 11 countries in the last 2 years. I've had 5 different keynote speaking engagements with north of 8,000 people in attendance in freaking Croatia. I'd never been outside the country before I started in this journey. Now I've scaled an offer, did close to 50 grand in my first month, starting on a brand new Instagram account. Have seen more 5-figure days at this point than I can count. And I've helped other people do the same exact thing. And the reason that I say that is not to be arrogant, but to remind you that the things that I'm breaking down for you, I have spent time, energy, effort, and money to acquire for information to give to you. But information only changes your situation if what? And I thought I told you this already, but if I didn't, here's another reminder. If you take application to the information, and if you do take application to information, it'll take you to the destination. And that's the truth, man. Sounds like a corny little saying, but it is the truth. So, how much energy do you have? Take an analysis on it. Think about your body. Think about your energy. Think about the way that people perceive you. Think about if you were to walk into a room right now with both a group of high-level individuals and people you want to be like, and people that you don't want to be like. Which one of those groups does your energy actually resonate more with? If you walked into a room, whether it was with me or whether it's a group of higher level individuals like freaking Elon Musk and Donald Trump, who built multi-billion trillion market cap companies, right? If you think about people that have scaled massive info offers, high level athletes, and then you think about homeless people, and you think about people that are miserable working jobs that don't pay them enough to even scrape by, what category, based off of energy, which is currency, how much of that do you have in storage? Where do you fit? Ask yourself, how much energy do I have? Because what I'm going to break down in this video is the fact that you can get more of it, and you can protect it, and you can store it, and you can use it, and you can abuse it to your own power. And that's why I try to pride myself, knowing that 2.5, 3 years ago, clearly with the situation I was in that basket over here that I don't want to be in as far as my acquaintance with other people. I am absolutely in this group. I try to be the person that every single time I walk into a room, I elevate the circumstances. The level of conversations goes up. We talk more about where we're going than where we've been. It's more positive than it is negative. And overall, people are putting more smiles on their face. They're sitting up straight. They're curious. They're intrigued. They're engaged. That's how I want my energy to be received by those around me. Because remember, it's currency. People will pay you for it. I was making $2,000 a month when I first got involved in online business, and I had a team, and I had 12 guys, all in their early 20s, who have never started a business before, never been involved in online sales, never done anything, move out to my apartment complex just to be around me. I didn't tell them necessarily to do it. I invited them to be a part of the community. They watched me make sacrifices, prioritize my time, and grow. And my energy was so contagious, they moved here to be around me. And what's funny is, when I look at all those guys, not every single one of them, but the large majority are doing far past 5 figures a month, not even a year later, all on their own terms. Doing sales, doing their own offers, doing their own online business endeavors with no boss, no job, in the best shape of their life, taking care of themselves with a lot of time and a lot of energy. And it can happen very quickly. And I don't take all the credit for it, but I learned how to acquire energy. I learned how to get more energy, and I learned how to protect it. And so people will pay you to be around it. Remember, people buy people. Are you purchasable right now? If you're negative, if you have no energy in the gas tank, people are not going to be around you, and you're going to notice it. So I need you guys to take an audit on that gas tank right now. What is the energy level at? What group of people do you sort yourself into? And if you don't like the group of people that you're truly involved in right now, that's okay. Remember, your life, 3 months, a month, 6 months, a year, 10 years from now is nothing but a collection of decisions. These are things you can control between now and then. So you can control to take an audit on your time and ask those questions to yourself every single day to remind yourself you don't have more of it. And you can control your energy. So how are you going to get more of it? And I'll give you a second to think. How do you get more energy? Energy is contagious, right? So for me, the easiest thing to do is get around people that have it. right? Abuse this system. Get around people that have more energy than you. These are higher level people. These are people that have done what you're trying to do. People can't teach you to do things they've never done, right? It's very difficult to do if they are trying to teach it. And so, when you admire someone, when you respect someone, when they have the results that you want in business, in family, in faith, in finances, whatever the case is, whatever the pillar is, you will bend over backwards to be around that person if it's possible, if you're the someone like myself who wants to win. So, how do you do it? Go put yourself in the environments of people that do have high energy. Go put yourself in luxury hotels. Go to high level restaurants. Go to um, I don't know, expensive open home tours. That's what I used to do. Go get around that stuff, man. See the way that these families operate. See the ways that the husband and the wife communicate to each other. These things will literally feed you with energy. Ask questions. Be willing to approach people. Embrace uncomfortable conversations and put yourself in a place where you can acquire knowledge and information and energy. Because if you talk to someone like Tony Robbins, or you talk to someone, for me, I've met Dean Graziosi, another big time entrepreneur. He lives here in Scottsdale. You may or may not have heard of that name, but someone that I admire, I've seen for several years out of my early adulthood, and I never got a chance to meet. When I talk to these people, they have energy. They are positive, they're forward focused, they're talking about the future, they have goals, they have what I want, they're healthy. I want that. And so I'm going to grab onto that and I'm going to allow all of their energy to pour into me. That's how you get more energy, right? How else do you get more energy? What are the personal things you can do? Go back to the previous video. Remember, you can't drive down the road and expect to get to your goals in an efficient way while looking good and feeling good if you're putting fuel into the gas tank to treat yourself like a 2013 Mitsubishi. If you want to be the brand new Lambo or the Ferrari or whatever the heck it is that you want to be, driving down the road looking good, feeling good, no road bumps at all, and smooth sailing, you need to protect the gas tank and the fuel that you're putting into your body. If you do all the things right now that you may be doing that are holding you back from having energy by not protecting the food and the fuel you put into your body by the information that you consume. If you're watching a bunch of reality TV and watching drama and toxicity, and you're talking to people that talk about their problems, and those are the people you consider your friends, watch what happens to your energy. You're going to be talking about the same things. You're a product of your environment. Show me the 5 people you spend them. Feel like most people don't do this correctly. And if you go and you get more energy, then you can protect it. How you protect it is you operate like it's your life. I do not allow just anyone inside of my circle day to day. I don't allow anyone to just get one-on-one time with myself. I protect that because I've earned it. I've worked hard for it. I've given my time, the one thing I can't get back, and likely I've given energy to acquire more of it. I've went out into different uncomfortable situations. I've taken risks. I've made sacrifices. I've paid the price tag to get myself into a position where I can acquire that energy. I'm not giving it up. So I want you to operate like you have a bubble around you. And when you're around the right kind of person, you open that up so that you can encompass more of what they have. And if they're the wrong kind of person, you close yourself off and you kindly walk away. Monitor your circumstances. How you protect your energy is by continuously feeding your mind, your body, your spirit, your relationships with quality, right? And so a lot of times you will do things that you pursue for pleasure and not purpose. For example, you go out with your friends because they make you feel good, and then you end up going and putting a bunch of bad stuff in the gas tank, like I've done way too many times in my life in the past. And I know for a fact I wake up the next day and what do I not have any of? Energy. I feel terrible. And maybe some of you guys are watching this video and you feel that way right now. Maybe you felt it yesterday or the weekend before, or maybe you've been really good about it. But my point remains the same. Use that as an example. Protect your energy. Say no to things that you know are going to take it from you, because that's the currency. That the more of you have, the more then you can acquire wealth. So what is wealth? One more time, wealth is nothing more than an equation of how much time and how much energy is required to make X amount of money. If you protect your energy, if you go out of your way to get more of your energy, and if you have energy, along with utilizing your time correctly and you do things you truly want to do, when you do something you want to do and you find something that gives you purpose, gives you fulfillment, that is yours and you own it, aka building this dream business, and that's the whole freaking purpose, is to build something around you and something you love and help other people, work doesn't feel like work. So even if you do put time, 8, 10, 12, 15 hours a day into building this dream business because you're a high-speed ninja and you want to win early on, you understand, I'm underpaid for a season, this is entrepreneurship, I just want to fast track the process, great. You still, as much as your time is being expended, will feel wealthy because you're building a dream. You're not building someone else's. And that's something a lot of people don't understand. So remember, rich is having things. Wealth is having time and energy. That's where we're going to stop on this fourth one. The next one, we're going to be going a little bit deeper into some of the different thought processes that prevent us from taking on bigger challenges, from believing in ourselves. And we'll cap off this first week here in the next couple of videos. Go ahead, shoot me a comment down below and give me exactly where you guys are at in your journey. Just another reminder here, if you guys want to have a one-on-one conversation with myself, I'm happy to at any point in time. My goal is to help you, not hurt you. You can always shoot me a DM at Noah Ortiz Official. And this boot camp is put together to help you guys out. So hopefully you guys are staying accountable here. And if you did stick around all the way to the end, just give me in the comments. Let's do this. Let's take an audit here. As this video is posted over the course of time early on, I want to know how many of you guys are still here. We're on day 4. You just watched all 15 minutes all the way through. How many of you guys are still here? Say I'm here in the comments. Let me know. I'm looking forward to continuing going through this blueprint with you guys. I'm having fun with it. Hopefully you're getting value. Give me the feedback. Let me know where you're at in the process. If you're struggling, if you're winning, I just want to help you out. Let's go.